We got here an all-new yellow box from our friends over at Umidigi, and it's something fresh. It's the Umidigi A11. So we're used to see a white box, and this time around they change color. And you can see here's their new logo, a rounded one, just like any icons on the Android platform. And let's unbox it. Hi guys, it's me Richmond of Gadget, Sidekick, and welcome back to my channel. So today, we've just seen the unboxing of the Umidigi A11. And I'll tell you why that this phone is really nostalgic for me. And you can see that it's a square, flat back. At the same time, the side is pretty flat. It really reminds me of the iPhone 4S that I have way back then. It's my first ever smartphone that I bought out of my pocket. And definitely it's very memorable, and this one just is strikingly similar. The looks, the size, of course the iOS is a little bit smaller, plus there's a button down here. This one is definitely an Android system altogether, and I'm really surprised that they're doing some throwbacks for the design. Of maybe they are running out of ideas this time around, but nevertheless it's nostalgic for people like me who have handled the iPhone 4S or probably iPhone 4. It's almost the same. So this phone deploys the MediaTek Helio G25. I have the 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs version here in my hand. So right here in my hand, I have the color Frost Gray. There's another color called the Mist Blue, but I prefer this one better. As we all know that the G25 is more of a lower mid-range, scoring 108,000 points here at Antutu, which is not really that high, but if you're expecting something higher, maybe I'll try to go for the G25. It also have a 50,000 points for iTudo. Level 3 wideband security over here at DRM info. So swiping left and right on this phone, I can say that it's smooth. I didn't really feel any lags on this phone. Yeah, not even a bit. Surprising. The Umidigi A21 has a very generous screen. It has a 6.53 IPS LCD HD+, which is 720p definitely. And I can say the brightness is pretty bright when I'm watching movies, especially at night and I put it to the max brightness, it's really clear. Probably one of the things that I don't really like here is that the chin is very, very thick. Take a look. Other than that, the bezel is thin, except the chin. Well, you can't have it all. Watching some movies here, like YouTube and Netflix here on this phone, I can say it's really much enjoyable, except that, of course, I am more accustomed to stereo surround sound, dual speakers on smartphones. This one only has one single pharynx audio down there, a loudspeaker, which for me is a little bit not enough. But overall, it can still fill in a room of roughly a little bit more than 10 square meters. It's still good. The viewing angle on this phone is pretty good. I can say that the teardrop notch is not really that irritable here. Unlike those bigger teardrop notch, this one is keeping itself a little bit minimal, I can say. Right now, we're playing some quick games of Call of Duty here. I can say that I can really feel some lags here and for some frame drops. The G25 is not really that much of a gaming processor for me, but I just try to put the settings a little bit lower. This one can only give you the low graphics, and of course you can deploy high frame rate on this one. I just lowered it a little bit and get the game going. I was able to finish on top after 30 minutes duel, and I can say that it's still playable. But of course you need to tune it down a little bit just to be able to feel the game. But of course you'll be able to feel some of those frame drops, those lags. It's really unavoidable. Now, the Umidigi A11 was able to pack some powerful cameras into this phone. It has a 16MP main camera, 8MP ultra-wide lens, and 5MP macro lens. Taking some outdoor shots, I can say that it's nice, except that it's a little bit hard to focus. This focusing is a little bit slower than usual. Of course, comparing to other higher phones, the focusing is a little bit slow. But overall, if you can focus it right, well, you can get some good shots like this. Checking out some selfie from its 8MP front camera, I can say that sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. It's a hit and also a miss. Well, it depends on your lighting, like they say. Now, one of the surprising thing is that it comes running on Android 11, also a USB Type-C port. And this phone comes with a 5150 mAh of battery, which supports up to 10 watts of fast charging, and it's a little bit heavy at 222 grams. So this phone also have a hybrid SIM wherein you can put 2 nano SIM together or 1 nano SIM plus 1 micro SD card, which can expand you up to 256 gig of added storage. And did you know that the charging speed on this phone is quite a little bit amazing? Well, I put on an 18 watts charger, and this one, I was able to charge from 18% to 100 in just 1 hour and 16 minutes. Well, that's pretty not bad, pretty fast. Another surprise here is that this phone can withstand 15.5 hours of screen on time. And I can see that this phone, I was able to run this for more than a week here in my hands, playing it as one of my second daily drivers. It lasted me more than a day. But of course, it cannot reach 2 days on normal usage. Probably maybe a day and a half or a little bit more than a day and a half. When I started 8 in the morning, I need to charge this at around 2 in the afternoon. Well, still not bad. Guys, this phone, the Umidigi A11, for me is a very nostalgic phone since it deploys the design of the iPhone 4, 4S, and it's really something of a throwback design. And I love the way it handles here in my hand. It's square and it's flat at the back. Of course, I miss those curvy edges, which of course not so iffy, but definitely this one is not really that sharp on the side. Of course, you can consider this as one of your main daily driver, but if you're going for gaming, I wouldn't really recommend this one. But if you're going for some cameras, good camera shots, this one can perform, can give you some good images when you're, of course, running Zoom, Google Meet for conferencing. It's definitely something that you can consider. So guys, if you want to buy the Umidigi A11, I'll pop it on the description box below. Do check it out, where to purchase this phone. And of course, guys, my road to 100,000 subscribers still ongoing. If you haven't joined, please do so. Maybe you will be walking away with one of 3 premium phones. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, of course, click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos here from my channel. And I see you on the next one.